Only 7 verses. That's it. Just 7 verses. The first 7 verses in the book of Jonah. Literally, if you go word by word, letter by letter, vowel by vowel, you're going to get a chance to interact with the Word of God in its original language, history, and context. Come on, you all. Let's keep studying. Welcome back, my friends. We are now in the 7th verse of the book of Jonah. We have been going word by word, letter by letter for some of you that have been taking advantage of our Biblical Hebrew audio course, but verse by verse, 7 different episodes, and we're just going to see if there's any interest in this. I'll tell you for myself, it really changed my entire Bible study approach to be able to begin to study the original language, because it gave me a chance to interact at a deeper level. Now, I know there's a lot of you that probably say, hey, I don't feel like I need to go through all of that. Hopefully you're getting enough from what we're sharing that you can reap some of the benefits. But for those that go deeper, I'm telling you, the journey is going to be amazing. Jonah chapter 1, verse 7, we are now back to the JPS. We've been going between the NIV, the New International Version, and the Jewish Publication Society. The reason for that is that the Jewish Publication Society uses Jewish translators. The New International Version uses Christian translators primarily. And between the two, there are times where you can either run up against a detour or possibly an agenda that will kind of get to the what I call the surface. And as a result, we can then take that information and go deeper here. Now, what I always suggest with people is that they have at least 2 English versions. And what that allows you to do when you have 2 English versions, you can sometimes see what the issues are. Unlike in Jonah 1:1, where they both were word for word the same, if you notice as we've gone further into the book, they diverge at different places. Here's where it says, the JPS, the men said to one another. If we were to go into a little bit more detail, we'd say almost like, and they said a man to his neighbor or to his friend. These are people, or his companion. They knew each other. In other words, they're in the middle of a storm and they're calling out to each other. They're saying, now let us do something. There's something that we need to do. In fact, I don't believe there were any other passengers on the ship. I'm just going to say that. I believe it was the chief rope puller, the sailors, and Jonah. I don't believe that this was like a ferry or people who bought a fare to go to Tarshish. I believe that Jonah was a stowaway. He had done a deal with the captain. He had told and testified to the captain what he was doing, probably even told the captain he was running from the one true God. Who knows? But in the end, accountability has come. The accountability has now come to Jonah. But here's what's interesting. We find out, it says the men said to one another. The narrator doesn't actually tell us how Jonah dodged the captain's request. From what we can see, Jonah didn't respond to what the captain asked. Remember the last verse. He says, listen, get up and cry to your God. Perhaps the one true God will think about us. All we hear from Jonah? Crickets. We don't hear. Jonah hadn't said anything. We haven't heard one word from Jonah yet. Literally, we are in the 7th verse of Jonah chapter 1, and all we have seen is Jonah's actions. You know, it says that you know a person by their actions. They don't have to say anything. It's pretty clear. Jonah hadn't said anything, but we know a lot about him, don't we? We know that Jonah has departed. We know that Jonah has gone down. We know that he's been in a deep sleep. And at this point, he's being called to testify. He's being called to pray. He's saying, hey, the captain of the ship, the pagan captain of the ship says, Jonah, cry to the one true God. Crickets. Nothing. I mean, it's a storm. It's the middle of a crisis. And I got to be honest with you. I mean, I just think to myself, what is in Jonah's mind at this point? We're going to find out. It says, They said to one another, let us cast lots. Now, this is really, really interesting, folks. This is one of these Bible studies where we could just stay here with this one phrase for another whole season if we wanted to. It's a really, really powerful phrase, this idea of casting lots. The idea is that, you've got, think of it this way, you've got a bunch of pebbles, and on the pebbles you write the names of everybody. And one of the names is Jonah, and the other one is this one, and that one, and the other. And you've got these lots, and these lots, you're gonna throw them. You're gonna cast them. It's like throwing dice, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, whatever. They're throwing the dice, and at some point, they're trying to find out who is the reason, what's the reason for this storm. Joshua chapter 7, verse 14. Great example of this. We know that as they're going into the new land, the Father says, hey, listen, really important now. When you go to Jericho, there are some things that are placed under the ban. These are things that are not to be touched. These are things that are holy to me. Make sure that no one takes any of these things. And so what happens is they go into Jericho and they march around and they have great success. The walls fall down, the whole thing happens. But then it's time for the next battle. And when they go to the next battle, Joshua, the people come to Joshua and say, hey, listen, I don't think we need that many people. Let's go up. It's to the town of Ai, I believe it is. And they go up there and they actually lose the battle. And they come back and they're confused and they're saying, wait, we just had success. We went to Jericho, we just had success. What did we do different? What happened? It says this, Joshua tells the people, he says, listen, in the morning, you shall come near by your tribes, and it shall be that the tribe which Jehovah takes by lot, that's in italicized, shall come near by families, and the family which Jehovah takes shall come near by households, and the household which Jehovah takes shall come near man by man. Now, as we prepare to read even more of this, the image is this. You have this process that is put in place, but here's what's really interesting. This is not the process that's taking place in the land of Israel like it was with Joshua. This is a process that's taking place with the pagan sailors. The pagan sailors are using the process of the lot to figure out who is behind the storm. It gets better. We have been working behind the scenes with the best producer you can imagine. Our producer has been working to make this as understandable as possible with the graphics and all of that, but we need you to participate with us. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Push the bell icon, and let's keep studying in the Deep Dive Bible Study into the book of Jonah. Folks, here we're talking about lots, casting lots, throwing lots. It's not a situation that, it's not as mysterious as it might sound. Literally, it's like we're going to find out what's going to happen. Leviticus 16:8 is an example where the word lot is actually used. And he shall place lots upon the two goats, one marked for Jehovah, the other marked for Azazel. Aaron shall bring forward the goat designated by lot for Jehovah, which he is to offer as a sin offering, while the goat designated by lot for Azazel shall be left standing alive before Jehovah to make expiation with it and to send it off to the wilderness of Azazel. I mean, listen, one of those lots fell to the one goat, the other one to the other goat. Esther 9:24. This is an interesting one because the question still is, Leviticus 16 and in Joshua, we're dealing with the Israelites in the land and command and how to do this. But what about these other nations? Was this something that other nations used? Esther 9:24 happens to be one, I think, that it shows that there were other people that also used the lot. For Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the adversary of all the Jews, had schemed against the Jews to destroy them and had cast pur, that is, the lot, to disturb them and to destroy them. Purim, which is lots. So the men said to one another, let us cast lots and find out on whose account this misfortune has come upon us. The point being that they're saying, listen, this just doesn't make sense. I mean, we've cried out to our gods. We've cast cargo into the sea and the storm is not slowing down. The chief rope puller went and brought accountability to Jonah and the storm is not stopping. So it says that they decided to cast lots to find out whose this misfortune has come upon them. And when they cast lots, the lot fell on Jonah. Now, at this point, we don't know. I'm just trying to imagine now if we could just go to the ship for a second. There's a storm taking place. I mean, they said that they were afraid in the middle of this storm. Waves going up and down and up and down. How did this work? Did they have it in their apron? Did the one guy cast them? And, they're going like this, and maybe it's a process. We think there's at least 3 references to casting lots in the verse. 1 for planning, 1 for execution, and the outcome. So basically they're saying, hey, let's do this. 2, they do it. 3, here comes the outcome. There's a proverb that I want to bring to us, and I want us to take our time and take a look at it. It's Proverbs chapter 16, verse 33. The lot is cast into the lap, but its every decision is from Yehovah. Wow. Let me say that again. The lot is cast into the lap, but its every decision is from Yehovah. So here we have pagans who are maybe using something that for them they believed, who knows, their gods were going to help make the decision. But think about this. Is this chance? Was this literally was it a coincidence that maybe it fell to Jonah? Or is our Father, again, I said this earlier, how big is he? And how small can he be for us in our circumstance? Proverbs 16:33 seems to say that though they're casting lots, these pagan sailors, the decision itself is from Yehovah. He's in it. He's in it, and absolutely the outcome fell just the way it was supposed to. Now, can we do what I love to do and have that moment where we can have the lost in translation section? Let me read the JPS again. The men said to one another, let us cast lots and find out on whose account this misfortune has come upon us. They cast lots, and the lot fell on Jonah. Here's my translation. Then a man said to his friend, or his companion, or his associate, or his crewmate, let's go and let's cast lots, and we will know on whose account this evil is upon us. Then they cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah. Here's the question for you. When accountability arrives, what do you do? In other words, if you're Jonah in this situation, surely Jonah at this point, he's got to know. He probably knew from the time the first wave hit. And it's interesting. There are some of you now that are listening, and you're in the middle of a storm. And there's some of you that are listening that probably even feel like the Father is trying to get your attention. But maybe you're not ready to respond yet. Jonah clearly wasn't ready to respond from the time he got on that ship. When the first wave hit, when he went down to the first level, and then he went down to another level, and then accountability comes and he gets called up to the deck. And now they're going to go through this 3-step process of Lot, and still we hear nothing from Jonah. The lot fell to him. At this point, you got to say to yourself, come on, Jonah. It's time, right? How much is it going to take? And for you, how much intervention does there need to be until you're ready to respond? Hopefully, not much more. We're going to keep on studying, but we're going to take some time where we're going to do a little review. And after we redo that review, we're going to find out whether you still want to continue the process with us. I sure hope you're not like Jonah. Hey, folks, I found this when I actually taped the promo for this series. It's a shark tooth. We are taking territory, and we're going to do that with your help. We need you to like. We need you to comment. We need you to share. Embed it on your website if you'd like. Let's keep sending this message around the world about the deep dive Bible study into the book of Jonah. So now the lot has fallen to Jonah. And there's a verse that I just have to share with you that it kind of parallels this for me. I think about this word accountability, and it's Numbers chapter 32, verse 23. Know that your sin will find you. Jonah found a ship. His situation found him. In other words, there was just no more hiding. I say the best thing to do in that situation is to surrender, to put yourselves into the hands of the Almighty, and just say, Father, I'm ready to respond. I mean, think about what it would have taken. Well, of course, the Father used the situation with Jonah, and we're going to find as we go through this, you all, it gets even better. I mean, we've only gone through 7 verses. These 7 verses set the stage for the next part, which I am really excited about, but I don't want to say we're definitely going to do it until I get a response from our folks that are working on this to see whether or not I'm communicating correctly. Maybe I'm going too fast. Maybe I'm going too slow. Maybe it's too technical. Maybe it's not technical enough. I'm just throwing this out to say, Father, how could we use this for some people? How I'd like to continue as we just about finish this up, I'm going to actually translate. Now, I've given you my translation, the Keith Johnson version, in terms of what I put here. It's going to be made available to you. But I want to read directly from the Hebrew and just translate it into English as I see it here. Here we go. 1 verse 1. Now, the matter of Yehovah manifested to Jonah, son of Amittai, saying, Arise and go to Nineveh, the great city, and cry or announce against it that their wickedness has come up to my presence. And Jonah rose to flee to Tarshish from the presence of Yehovah, and he went down to Yaffo, and he found a ship going to Tarshish, and he paid its wage, and he went down in it to go with them to Tarshish from the presence of Yehovah. Then Yehovah pitched a great wind to the sea, and a great tempest, a storm Vayihi, happened upon the sea, and the ship thought to itself it would break into pieces. And the sailors, they feared and they cried each man to his gods, little g. And they pitched their weapons or their cargo, their utensils, which were on the ship to the sea to lighten from upon them. But Jonah went down deeper to the innermost parts of the ship, and he fell down into a deep sleep. But the captain of the ship approached him, the head rope puller, and he said to him, What are you doing? Get up from your deep sleep. Arise, cry to your God. Perhaps the one true God will think, will glance, will help us, will intervene, will save us, will deliver us. He will maybe put us on his agenda. Like he's got this storm, maybe that's what he will do, and we will not perish. And they said, a man to their neighbor, to their friend, to their crew person, let's cast lots, and we will know on account of whom is this evilness, this wickedness to us. And they threw lots, and it fell, what? The lot upon Jonah. How much fun is this, you all? I'm having a blast. I don't know about you, but here's the point. You'll actually be able to read that, translate that yourself. If you go through these first 7 free lessons, it gets better. I even do more in level 2, where we go even further. And if I get a good yes from this group of people that are helping to produce this, if we get a yes from you that says, yeah, enough of you responded, if we get enough of you that say, yes, we want to keep reading, we want to keep studying, we want to keep digging, we want language, history, and context, I'm telling you what's going to happen. We are going to experience the Word of God in a way that you just cannot believe. Go to bfainternational.com, front page, Hebrew tab. Sign up as a free, say it again, free member. When you're a free member, you're going to have access to the first 7 lessons of the book of Jonah. But more than that, you're going to have access to a bunch more information and revelation that we have there. I am so thankful that you have been with us. I am excited to be a part of what we're doing together. I want to thank those here at the production group that are doing an amazing job. I know they're going to do a great job. Hopefully I can rise up to their level and we can put something together that will give honor to God, that will be good for us, that we might learn His will, His way, and His word, that we would be a people that would respond with a yes and an amen. May it be for us in these days that our response will always be yes and amen.
Visit BFAinternational.com today and join our online academy for free. You'll get immediate access to start watching all of Keith Johnson's latest programs, including the Time Will Tell series, Rediscovering God's Clock from Israel and Beyond, the Now is the Time miniseries, based in New York City and Washington, D.C., The Road to Reformation, a 10-step study for biblical reformation, the Open Door series, 18 hours of exciting teaching from a national speaking tour, His Hallowed Name, a series on God's name that was banned from TV. Also, hear directly from Keith Johnson through weekly personal blog updates. Why delay? Visit BFAinternational.com right now. Then click the Enter the Academy button. Visit us today.
I am so thankful that you hung in there with us. You folks, I've been sharing you this lock. And I'll tell you something, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of us feel like we're locked out from our Bibles. But again, language, history, context, pronunciation, explanation, translation, and application, all of a sudden, we get a chance to unlock this most important book that we have. Now, folks, I want to tell you something. We're really taking this serious. We have put the best efforts at communicating as clear as possible. I believe that we've got a wonderful, wonderful vessel, a vehicle to be able to give it to you in the highest level. The information that we have, that's written information, audio information, the video information, I believe that we are putting together something that really can help people. Some of you that are teachers, you need to be able to teach Jonah. Let me just say something right now, very clear. This is not my information. This is not a situation where you got to call and say, Keith, we got to get a trademark for you to use. No, anything you heard me say, take it for yourself. Just be sure that when you take it for yourself, you understand it for yourself. Use the tools that I'm giving you, the information that we're giving you, the access to the tools that we're going to give you. I'm going to put some of those things in the PDF. All of this is going to be an opportunity for us to study together. But I got to tell you something. We just scratched the surface. The fun part is, if we can get enough of you to say, yes, we are absolutely with you, we're going to go to the next part of this. Verse 8, verse 9, verse 10, all the way through verse 16, I believe, in chapter 1. And by the way, the entire first 2 levels of the Biblical Hebrew audio course cover the first 16 verses in the book of Jonah. So come on, guys, let's get this party started. Let's keep this party going, and we are going to have a great time.